I'm Mr. Bauer. I'm the head special education teacher of the room, as you know. This is Shelby. This is Jimmy's personal attendant.
Oh,
Hi,
Shelby.
it's
I'm
nice to meet
Jimmy's
you.
mama.
It's nice to meet you.
Okay, so today I'm calling the meeting. We've been having some just minor, nothing to be overly concerned about, but some minor issues with Jimmy's behavior. We've been noticing more and more that when Shelby's not present in the room with him or 100% giving him attention, that his off-task behavior is increasing. He's wandering the room. Of course, as you know, if he sees paint that's been peeled, he wants to peel it further. That,
Yeah, I have
you
that
know,
problem at
those
home.
tendencies. So, and we're working on that. You know, it's not a major issue, but it's something that we want to work on because he is beginning to go into work-based learning, and
okay.
you know, Texas Roadhouse doesn't want him peeling the paint off the walls and stuff. So, and of course, Shelby will be going with him to work-based learning. So,
Oh,
you know,
okay,
don't have to worry about that.
Oh,
but-
he loves Shelby.
Good.
He talks about Shelby all the time.
So that's some issues. So what we'd like to know is what can we do for those few instances and times when Shelby is not there to help decrease this behavior?
Well, it has been a bit of an issue with Jimmy at home because he knows when Shelby's going to be out for a day and he doesn't want to come to school. But I know one thing Jimmy loves is computers.
Okay.
And he loves Peter Pan and Batman. So, you know, there may be a way that if he has that to look forward to and he understands that Shelby will be back, you know,
Okay.
I think
So
we could.
he really
help
likes
him
working
there.
on the computer, and he likes Peter Pan and Batman.
Mhm.
I'm sure we can work that in.
He has a Batmobile.
Okay. As far as him knowing that Shelby's not going to be there, that is one thing that we purposefully do. It helps for him to know ahead of time, as you know, what's coming up. Surprises tend to not go over as well. So we try to let him know, just so you know, Shelby won't be here tomorrow.
If you could let me know, I will reiterate that because
Right.
he does not like his schedule to be disrupted in any way.
So we try to keep it as close to normal as possible for that reason.
I know it's understandable that she's going to be out, so if we just know ahead of time, I'll do what I can at home.
Okay, that'll work. So we'll do that. We'll make sure that he knows and you're also aware. As far as being able to kind of control the behavior, make it less frequent, you said he likes working on the computer.
Yes.
What we can do is we do have a computer that we use for student use. We can designate a period of time as a reward that he can use the computer how he wishes, appropriately of course, but for something that he wants to do. We know he likes to type. He likes Peter Pan. We can give him the opportunity to look up stuff on Peter Pan, maybe even watch Peter Pan on the computer. He can look up stuff about Batman on the computer. We can also do some of his reading and writing exercises on the computer as well, instead of everything
Okay.
being from worksheets and textbooks. If he prefers to do the computer, we can make that a reward as well, to where he'll do the work, which sometimes, I mean, if you can play and do work, you're going to want to play. Anyone is. So
Right.
if we can try to make it to where his work is more engaging and more fun, I think we'll have better luck that way. So we can definitely try to do that. Have you noticed any other issues besides just when you're not present in the room?
No, I mean, he, you know, when I'm there, he works well and he's on task. I never have any problem.
Does he wander away from you, Miss Shelby? I know
No,
that
but
that
I-
was
but I-
mentioned when you called.
Well, I do understand that, you know, if I have to leave, if like I'm going to get lunch or, you know, if I'm attending to another student, that's when I hear that, you know, it's like he takes that opportunity to, you know, to see what he can get away with or, you know, what he
So-
can get into.
So, when you leave the room when you're not with Jimmy, is that the same times every day? Where we could maybe do something like an activity schedule? I know that has worked well when Jimmy was
Yes.
younger.
There are
Obviously, my
scheduled
lunch break
times.
is the same day, and there are certain
You know,
times throughout the day where I have to be with another student for a short period of time.
so maybe, I know that worked when he was younger, might be
Mhm.
something, that we think about, and I still use it a lot at home, so that Jimmy knows Tuesdays after school, we're going to the grocery store. Because otherwise, I have to let him know ahead of time, or he doesn't like a change in his schedule.
Okay, we can.
So I think the big thing, is to make sure that he understands there's gonna be a change. You know, I know there's gonna be times when things happen, and, you know, maybe you're more of an expert on this.
We can definitely work in some type of age-appropriate activity schedule, something for him to go by. We can also have it include areas for change. We can say, you know, if something is gonna happen, we can even include that. So if you have to leave the room unscheduled, we can just put it in on the activity schedule. We'll be gone
think
for a
that-
couple minutes. Just so he can look back and know, yes, she's gone, but she'll be right back.
Yeah, I think that would help.
Is there a certain format that you print off? How do you do your activity schedule at home? Is it like, do you print it off the computer, or is it handwritten, or
Well, I do print it off of the computer,
do you use
just
a
for
certain-
neatness, because,
Okay.
as you know, Jimmy's
Yeah.
a neat freak.
Yeah, I'm
And so
just
it
saying
keeps everything
maybe if
uniform.
we can use the same formatting or something to keep it uniform here at school to match.
That
I
would-
can bring an
That
That
example.
would be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can bring an example of that if you like.
All right, why don't we set up a time in the future that we can meet back up, and if you don't mind bringing a copy of that form when we do that.
Okay.
So I'll make a note of that, that we'll have uniform paperwork. That, I think having the same schedule at home as here would be a big help.
You know, I don't know as he gets older, how to make this work, but for now, we
It's
just take-
actually completely doable. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of us have schedules on our phones. I mean, it's really the same type of thing. It is an activity schedule. So
Okay.
as time goes by, we can find ways to make it more age appropriate, keep it age appropriate for them, so that
Okay.
it's socially acceptable for them to have that. It can easily be put onto a phone or other device.
I hadn't thought of that.
So that's definitely something we can do. One of the other issues that we noticed that it can trigger the behavior was boredom. You did already mention that he likes Batman and Peter Pan. So one other thing we can try doing is trying to make his lessons incorporate things that he likes. So like I said before, with the computer, instead of just doing worksheets and stuff like that, we have time where they have to do a reading lesson.
Mhm.
We can pull readings from stuff that he likes on the computer, and that'll hopefully keep him more interested in what we're doing. That'll keep him on task, because if it's something he's interested in, academically, he's great. He does all the work, we never have any problem. It tends to be if it's something that he already knows, he gets bored because he already knows it. He thinks we're wasting his time, and that's when he thinks about getting into stuff. So
He has
that's
mentioned
something.
that at home.
That's something else that we can look into, is doing extra things to make sure that we keep his interest, because I think that would help out a lot.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we'll try out the computer time, and we'll also make sure that that's incorporated into the lesson. So it is a reward, but it's also not just completely, I guess, fun. He is still getting something academic out of it as well, which would be good. We'll try to make sure that the work relates to his interests.
Okay.
I think the uniform activity schedule would be a really good idea, so we'll work on that next time. Are there any issues or anything that you'd like to address, or?
No, I think that sounds like a good plan. You thought about it, to keep him on task and to understand, that Miss Shelby's not always there, You know, I think that's the big thing as Jimmy gets older. So I feel pretty good about that.
Okay, good, so, do you have anything that,
No, I mean, that's about it. I'm excited to get started on this with him. I think it'll be a good thing, so.
alright, so, we should set up a time where we can convene on this, see how it's working out, and get a copy of the activity schedule for you. Would a week out be good? That'd give us some time to try some stuff out and then,
I can meet back here sometime next week.
alright, let's see, does Tuesday work, next Tuesday afternoon?
Tuesday's perfect for me.
Alright, let's shoot for that. Next Tuesday, we can meet right after class, so whenever you come to pick them up,
Okay,
we
say
can just
3:15.
wait after.
3:15.
That'll work, 3:15.
Okay. Sounds good. His older brother's here, so he can stay with him while we meet.
Okay,
If that's okay with you.
alright, excellent, that sounds good.
Well, thank you
We'll
all for
see you
everything
then.
you do.
It was nice to meet you.
You too. Can wait with his older twin brother.
It's okay.
I looked down.
He
and I-
could.